जय भीम, नमो बुद्धाय। मैं हूं मनीषा। आप सभी का स्वागत है हमारे त्रिरत्न इंडिया मीडिया चैनल में। आज हम बात करने वाले हैं धम्मचारी खेमधम्म, जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया से आए हुए हैं। हमेशा लगातार वो इंडिया में आते हैं, यहाँ पर लोगों को मित्रता देते हैं और बुद्धिज्म की काफ़ी अच्छे प्रैक्टिसनर हैं। तो आज हम उनके साथ चर्चा करने वाले हैं। तो आइए हम उनसे बात करते हैं। वेलकम टू इन अवर चैनल।
Good morning, thank you.
Good morning, and that's we are going to discuss with about the Buddhism, how you inspire to Buddhism, as well as how you practice Buddhism. This kind of number of question I am going to ask you. So about this we are going to discuss. So first question that I am going to ask you, uh, how you inspire to Buddhism and why you practice Buddhism.
Mm. That's a very big question. Why is always what I'm trying to work out. But I guess because it works and it changes my life and for the better. That's hard to describe what I mean by for the better. But because it doesn't necessarily make you more happy or make life. But I guess for me, it's like it provides understanding. Indeed, practicing the Dhamma is because one understands ever more sort of deeply. Yeah? And I guess what inspires me, or if you like, gives me shraddha, the ability to go forward, is because it keeps showing me that I don't know the nature of life. But in that sense, it's like constantly finding out what is the nature of it. It's like, and I often say this to people, it's like, and do it myself. It's like, if I ask myself, has my life improved since I've been practicing the Dhamma? The answer is always yes. It's hard to say how it's improved, but I know it's improved. So it's this thing of knowing what is, it's like making you more aware. And there's no end or no limit to the depth of awareness as far as I can see. So, and that can be in very, very small things. I mean, in each meditation, each day, there is always, you can observe, you can always just observe what's happening, and that speaks to one. Yeah. So.
थैंक यू सो मच। तो देखा दर्शकों, आप सभी ने उनका काफ़ी गहरा और ऐसा अनुभव रहा है धम्म प्रैक्टिस को लेकर। वो कहते हैं कि बुद्धिज़्म काफ़ी इंस्पायरिंग रहा है मेरे जीवन में, और एक प्रैक्टिस करते वक्त मैं कितना अच्छा उसे प्रेरणादायी से ले रहा हूँ, किस तरह से मुझे प्रेरणा मिल रही है और एक अर्थपूर्ण जीवन में अपने जी रहा हूँ। इस तरह से भी उन्होंने काफ़ी हमें बताया है। तो उसी तरह से दर्शकों हम उन्हें अगला सवाल पूछेंगे कि how much important India in your life?
It's hard. I tend not to rate whether this is more or less important. So India is very, 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 very important for me. Whenever I come to India, even the man at the immigration desk will say, "Why am I coming to India?" I say, "To see friends." So friendship is what India is for me. I have many, many very good friends here, and some very deep, very close personal friends. So,
Okay.
and that's what's brought me here all these years, and that's why I keep coming. That's the main thing. I often say that in India we tend to be much more heart response people, so it comes from the heart. In the West I often find a higher proportion of people come from their head rather than their heart first. Yeah, so that's really crucial.
तो देखा दर्शकों, इन्होंने कहा है कि मैं हमेशा इंडिया में आता हूँ तो कहीं ना कहीं मेरे हृदय से ये एक संगठित है। हृदय से मेरे माइंड में अगर याद भी नहीं आता है तो भी मुझे हृदय से वो लोग याद आते हैं, और मैं अपनी कल्याण मित्रता धम्म की जो प्रैक्टिस है वो उन्हें हमेशा बताता रहता हूँ और मुझे काफ़ी गहरा संबंध इस भारत से लगता है, इसीलिए हमेशा मैं भारत में आया करता हूँ। इसी तरह से इन्होंने हमें बताया है। तो अगला सवाल हम इनसे पूछेंगे, सो हाउ यू सी द डॉक्टर बी आर अम्बेडकर इन योर लाइफ?
Gosh, such good questions, but I tend to see my life in relation to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. You know, he's someone that I look up to. And the more I understand, in a way, one understands him as well. I think once before I've said that I tend to see Baba Sahib as a practitioner. You know, he may not have formally sort of meditated so much, but so many photos and pictures of him is deep concentration. And so it's concentration in many forms that is what meditation is. And I mean, apart from that, his life story and the teachings, I guess. So it's hard, and the importance of the link with Bhante Sangharajita and Baba Sahib is, you know, it's fullness in a way. It's even the importance of how they connected and why they connected, and even doing the sort of mass conversions and all of that. That has so much significance. So I guess it's for me personally, it's just makes life so rich and helps to understand the Dhamma. That it's the Dhamma that makes that is the richness of life in a way. I was talking about him just yesterday and saying how, like Bhante Sangharajita, even though often, you know, he wasn't very well, whenever you see photos of him, same with Bhante Sangharajita, that he's alive, you know. He looks alive, there's something, even when he's really sick and things. I guess I just sort of pick up that's what stands out for me, because he was a practitioner, but with a huge, big social vision that came from his own experience. And I think this is the Dhamma, you know, the hugeness and the bigness of the vision comes from understanding the little details in one's own life. It's always connected, it's not disconnected. And it's also what connects us to others. So you know, I don't feel separate from Baba Sahib or Bhante Sangharajita or any human being in a way. It's this practice of understanding what's going on for you in the moment connects you to all human beings. So, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Good.
So देखा दर्शकों आप सभी ने कितना गहरा ऐसा उन्होंने अर्थ बताया है डॉक्टर बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर के बारे में। डॉक्टर बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण ऐसे व्यक्ति हैं उनके जीवन में, जैसे कि वो सामाजिक कार्य करते थे। इतना बड़ा उन्होंने जो धम्म का परिवर्तन किया है, जैसे हम नागपुर में दीक्षा भूमि देखते हैं, तो इतना बड़ा सोशल विजन जो बाबा साहब ने किया है वो अपने आप में एक बहुत ही बड़ी प्रैक्टिस है, ऐसा भी वो कह रहे हैं। उसी के साथ भंते उर्गेन संरक्षित जी और डॉक्टर बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर, इनकी भी काफ़ी गहरी मित्रता रही है और कितना बड़ा विज़न है इनका, इनके जीवन में महत्वपूर्ण है, ये भी उन्होंने बताया है। वैसे हम अगले पड़ाव की ओर बढ़ेंगे। अगला सवाल हम उनसे पूछेंगे कि व्हाट इज़ द फ्यूचर ऑफ बुद्धिज्म इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड इंडिया?
Short answer, I don't know. But I think it's dependent. In Australia, it's a very small thing. It's growing, but it's very, you know, still very, very small. Probably the same proportion in terms of numbers of people as in India. But Australian culture doesn't have in it a need to belong to a particular religion or whatever. I mean, people do, but it's nominal. It's not to do with their own personal practice. In India, I see that there is that factor. Whether it's a positive or not, I don't know. But in terms of Buddhism or the Dhamma practice, both in Australia and in India, it's always dependent on what the individual is seeing and understanding, well, in their own practice. It is why, as a Buddhist, we need to be meditating every day, at least, even if only for a short time. Because, in a way, the Dhamma is about understanding what you are, what is a human being. And so that will unfold both in Australia and in India, depending on if we can communicate this very straightforward thing of connecting and understanding, well, even life itself, even what it is, existence itself, in the immediate sort of moment of practicing, and then seeing how that actually reflects out into the world. So, but there's a lot more people practicing in India in terms of numbers. But if you'd said in proportion to the numbers of people in India, maybe it's about the same. There are very few people in Australia. But there are lots of people in India. So this ability to connect, I think, will determine how it goes. But, I see a lot more practice in terms of numbers, say, in India. But for me personally, the Dhamma is actually about human beings. It's about life. It's the truth about human beings, i.e. that we're very limited and don't understand. We're not particularly aware as human beings. You could say a Buddha is to someone that's fully aware. I don't quite know what that means yet. We're working on it. So, even if one or two individuals can practice to that degree, then it affects, the world around them. So I find this it's not a contradiction. It's such an important aspect that as an individual, you can create a big difference in, of course, your own life, but then in others. And it's just through this ability to connect. To connect, but connect through understanding of what it is to be the human being that you are. In a way, you try and find out about yourself, and that allows you to find out about all human beings. And the more you find out that actually self and other are not different, and not separate, then, the more, that's an opening of awareness. Yeah. So.
Thank you so much.
Good, thank you.
तो देखा दर्शकों, आप सभी ने, हमने ये पूछा था कि बुद्धिज्म का भविष्य भारत में और ऑस्ट्रेलिया में क्या है। काफ़ी गहन ऐसा इन्होंने हमें अर्थ बताया है। उन्होंने कहा है कि हर एक इंडिविजुअल व्यक्ति अगर शीलों का पालन करता है, उसी के साथ अगर वो स्वयं प्रैक्टिस करता है, खुद के अंदर देखता है, खुद की तलाश करता है, तो वो एक व्यक्ति बन सकता है। जैसे कहा गया है कि जो खुद को तलाशता है, दुनिया उसे तराशती है। इसी तरह से जो डीपली अपने अंदर देखेगा, स्वयं को जानेगा, हर एक व्यक्ति, तभी जाकर भारत में और ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी बुद्धिज्म का प्रचार और प्रसार हो सकता है। हर एक व्यक्ति का यह बहुत ही बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है। बाबा साहब ने भी ऐसे ही कहा है, हर एक व्यक्ति के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है ये। इसी तरह से काफ़ी हमने गहन उनके साथ इस विषय पर चर्चा की है। तो सभी दर्शकों को हमारा ये वीडियो कैसे लगा देखकर हमारे चैनल को ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब कीजिए। जय भी नमो।